Hi guys, welcome to another interesting vlog today. I'm here with my friend again. Today we have no plan. We just want to say things that have been bothering us and share our experience and our own view on things, issues of life. We're not saying maybe we have the best answers, but we just want to express ourselves, what we think from our end. So that is what we are going to be doing today. Daniel. So it's still your same host, Afolake Akerele, a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. Introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. Um, my name is Favor. Favor Adeson.
Back to the matter. I was saying it off camera that I have something that happened to me in church. So what do you think? What do you think I should do? We were sharing food. Wait, don't get it wrong. They were not like the woman came was not like I sat down with some elderly people and young married couple, like a lady that she's married but she's young. You're now giving food. You now say youth food is coming. And there's one young girl that was saying, you now say you're not giving me that our own is coming. But the woman next to me was like, give her the food. No, say, don't worry, oh, you're a youth, oh. But the people that were inside that, because me, I'm not really consistent. So the people that were inside youth esco, that they even called us out, you gave them food. Even with the ones that are married and the ones that are not married. But because nowadays the youths that are now youth are not my set. They're like all this most times that they will have been teenagers in my set because now education is fast. Most of them are now in school. They are now putting me as them youth in my head. I'm like, is it because I have a small stature? If I was big, they might not think like that. And
Yeah.
I dress sophisticated. I just want something simple. I'm not like in my heart, I was like, God, I don't know if I should take it as an offense or hey God, I beg.
So, like when you said youth, that she said youth, I was like, I wanted to ask that, are you a youth? Do you
I
get?
am.
But then you cannot be telling everybody that. I feel it's a one person thing. I guess she just she's entitled to her own method of treating people. You get so. I don't want to believe that it's consistent. I think something similar happened today too in church. So I went to a new place to worship today. Stood up for first timers and all, and so they were to give us packages. I was sitting in between two um, mommies, you get like
Mm.
grown women. So they passed the first package. When it got to my turn, they passed. She just stretched the package, and the other mommy was like stretching her hand already. So I just took the package and gave it to her. I looked at her, and that was all. You get. So me, I already accepted that. I'm not getting anything. You get. I just locked up. Fortunately enough, she went and brought something else and brought for me. Yeah, so it's just like that. Um, bad as a bad. Um,
But
you don't get food, you will not die. You will
do you
move.
know the funniest thing? Do you know what I learned today? You know what I learned in
And
that
what's that?
scenario that happened? That in some situations, don't take it as any big deal. Like she might not mean bad. Do you know that the package of youth, they did it differently? The adults, they gave them water. Even if I know I don't take carbonated juice, but they really gave them juice. It was like they gave them special. They added some other things
So
like the juice.
everything worked
So I was
together
not
for
like,
good.
no, they still gave me the adult tone.
Oh, okay.
I was not like, imagine. I was just thinking in my mind at that time that, what is this? That hey God, that taking me as one small child, just thinking. But later when they even gave me, I now cited the youth package. I said, so my spirit was just saying that so some things like if it happen, even if they did not give me, it
It's not so
didn't
much of a
happen.
big deal.
But it's my, at least a human now, it will just prick you a little. But you just be the
Definitely.
one to tell yourself that cheer up. How far now? What's up, people?
I
Why
do.
are you still in Nigeria? Yeah, the train now, Japan.
Okay. So I think when it comes to traveling out, there are a lot of things that one has to consider. I, for one, I would prefer to get an international job, like a dollar paying job in Nigeria, rather than traveling. You get. If I have a dollar paying job that is paying me well, I believe that subsequently I'll be able to travel out. You get. I can process my visa um, on my own terms. You get. It won't be that I have to go for through education or looking for job. Because I just feel in a bit to give ourselves a better life, we don't think too far in terms of um, how your family is going to cope over there. There are a lot of things that are happening now in the world, and a lot of trends that are going on. We all know that living abroad, at least for the few people that I've heard of, at first it's not usually easy. So if you have kids, you plan on having kids, not necessarily have that time. Also, the society there is quite different from Africa, quite different from here. I feel if you have a dollar paying job and you're working remotely, you will have more time. You'll be able to afford your basic needs. And, you'll be able to commit into your children's life. Because a lot of
Let me pause you there
yeah.
before you talk about the challenges that happen. Let me just say my own reason why, like, if you ask me that why have I not jackpot stuff like that, I used to be there. I don't know, is it only me? I will not be scared again that land I don't know anybody. You get like, and
Mm,
the way I hear you have to do things, but people are always going. But at the same time, I'll be like this idea of you working. Like, can't I work and they pay me? Because me, I don't want to go to school because that's the easiest way. I know, guys, I like school, but I don't want people say go and do double masters, go and do both. I don't want to. I just feel that so when I finish school, I was now start struggling to have to stay there. I can't be free and stuff like.
so
So that's why me, I've not really considered it.
so it's just like you said, um, it's going to be. I think it's actually better if you can get a dollar paying job in Nigeria.
Working
You
for
you'll
them
be working
over there.
for
But
Julia.
I've heard gist that if they just go and sack the person, not always
Well,
guarantee than prefer to when compared to when you are there and you are working. Well,
well, I've not traveled out before, so I will not know about that. But I feel when you are working for someone. This is not your personal business. It's not your own. You get. You should plan
for
that.
anything
You get.
happen.
You should plan that it can happen. Anything can happen. There can be layoffs, and economic challenges can happen and
So I want to hear the
of
gist. What's your, you were saying something before I cut you short,
yeah.
like the challenges that why you said it
Yeah.
will affect some children.
So recently I and a colleague were discussing and mentioned that, oh, I would love to travel out and stuff, and I was like, why? And she pointed out that the good opportunities, the system is working and all and all. Well, I tried to point out to her, don't you feel it would be better if you have like this dollar paying job in Nigeria? That she just wants to travel. I said, okay, that um, are you considering your children? Because right now the decision you're making is it seems to be for yourself alone. So she was like, it's going to be a good system for them also, because we all know that when you are there, the opportunities and everything. Spoke about circumstances where someone will fall ill in Nigeria and will not be able to afford treatment and all, or they will not attend to you properly. Again, because of that, people lose their life and stuff like that. Yeah, I understand that. Again, but in a bit too, I noticed that a lot of us, um, adults of this generation, in a bit to compensate for something that we feel we are lacking in, go to the other extreme where we ignore other factors. Yeah. We're looking at a system where your child might die because um, because of medical issues and stuff like that. Yeah, but you're not considering the fact that when you get there, you might not have time for those kids, which will now later impact their life. Do you get? It will now later impact their life. In some societies over there, um, the whole LGBT movement is already very pronounced, and they have influences over, or they have influence rather, over children. Now, you as a parent, because I've heard stories of people getting there, you work maybe morning and night shift, or the parents will have to shuffle and stuff like that. Now you're unable to really dedicate time to your child's upbringing. It tells a lot on children growing up. It tells a lot on children growing up. So I just feel in a bit to give your child a better life, or in a bit to give yourself a better life, that's damaging some others. What do you think?
You said is deep. Oh. I did really used to think about it because some people say, well, let me just travel and let me first survive. But come to think of it, we are just thinking about now. To always think, like get prepared, like about, and the reason you should know the reason why you are going to a particular country. And when you said you've talked, but some people will still argue with you and say, when let us cross this
The
path,
bridge.
and that when we get there, we will survive, we will
So
do it.
I am usually very
Or if some people can say, when they've made the money, can
I'll
they
come back.
relocate?
Okay. You see, if you will notice this thing. You can take note of it. When it is December, you notice that we're in Lagos right now. Lagos gets crowded. I genuinely feel that a lot of these people that that work over there, they don't have that liberty, that freedom to really enjoy themselves there, like to spend the money there. Do you get? So they come back here. You know, there's just this kind of
Yes,
flex. There's just this kind of flex where
no
your
place
people
like
can see
home.
you. Do you get? Where your people can see you living good.
But will I say, for some people, they will say, my friend has told me that she has been in Canada. She was telling me, see, Folake, see, there's nothing special. That yes, she's not lying. There is good roads, but you will walk. That they even work for their money. It's not like here that we even have time to rest, we can flex, we can take permission any and say we want to die. It is no, there's no enjoyment like that. But for some people, they will be there because you are there, you are earning the dollars. It's like it's sweet when maybe when somebody they just be giving me, be dashing me money, and
So
or be investing or for it. So I have a friend, a
yeah,
colleague of mine that have traveled. He keeps telling me that, for like, I cannot stay there forever. He said he has set a time frame. He said
just
he
work
must
and get
come
back.
back. That his
Yeah.
wife and child might be there, or children. But he said
So
it's just for
so like you said,
mm,
um, people that are based there,
mhm.
it's it's just like every other society. Let me give you an instance. The first time I took a plane ride, okay, so you are a normal, average citizen person. You get and you jump bus, you do jumping bus, enter tricycle, keke, and the rest. Maybe at most you take the train, okay? So you take the train and all. And
I'm not
yeah,
taking
no,
train.
the train,
You are
the train Lagos
packaging
State
us.
just
Yeah,
did
we
is
take
nice.
train in Nigeria.
So again, but then you look up and you see an aeroplane and you're feeling, you're wondering like you're missing out on something. You get. So now this is my own story. You get. I used to be like, how would it feel like to take a plane and stuff? So as God started to open doors and
I've not seen a plane. I've seen a plane, but I
so
will take it.
so um the first flight I took was from Lagos to Abuja. Then that was my first flight. I don't remember the year. A couple of years back, sha. It was an experience. You get like I enjoyed every experience. They delayed us. They canceled that flight almost like 3 times, but I was not bothered. Do you get?
Okay.
I took that flight. I was just I didn't sleep. I was seeing other people like they were sleeping,
Resting,
resting.
normal
Do you
thing.
get? I was awake all through. I wanted to take everything in. Do you get? And then we landed. It was an experience for me. It was amazing. Do you get that first time? You see, the second time it was not quite as amazing as the first time. And the third time, it was like every single time I took it, the experience was reducing. Again, you see, the third time, I could now I started seeing flaws in the system. You get so like the plane I took, I think the cabin pressure wasn't okay enough. So the thing was affecting my ear. I could sense that when they moved our flight, because I think the last flight I took, it was also we had delays like that. I was angry. Again,
That
but that
first
first
time,
time I wasn't
nah.
looking at. So that is how traveling out too is. I feel um, celebrities would never feel like they're missing out on anything. I am someone that I love flexibility. So yes, I would like to travel out. Okay. I like that door to be open. That oh, I have something to do. I want to go and get something. I want to go and vacation and all, and I can go there. I think where the desperation comes in is when you feel locked, when you feel you're missing out on something.
You know that what you just said, you can use it for even normal things and even the issues of life, because when you've not tried something, just like someone telling you, maybe I don't know, I'm not going too deep. I'm just citing an example. Someone tell you that wait before marriage. Don't worry, you will do this thing. But that anxiety, that why can't I know? Why can't I know? Some people are doing it like, well, it might not even be fine for
Yeah,
you.
I
People are traveling. You don't know if they've set their own, or they have people, they have, people have set things for
mhm.
them, making it easy. But you just, this person is going. You don't have plan, nothing. You didn't think about it. Weigh your options. You get. So what you just said can be used for
Yeah,
different. Yeah,
so
that's good.
so like that your friend said,
Mm.
he has a time frame that his wife and his kids can stay there. I don't too buy the idea though, because I
Why?
feel partners should be together.
Get that. He
Yeah,
was saying he will come and invest and stuff and make.
yeah.
It's true,
A
Sha.
lot of people do that. Like
But is
they
it
do.
not common now? You see your husband in this way, but I don't wish for that
Well,
for myself. Oh.
I don't feel that's the best. But I think you being able to give your child dual citizenship is a very good investment. It's a good investment. If I have opportunity, yes, I will have my kids in a
When you
different
say
country. And
well, you can choose Nigeria and Kenya now. Ah, so the rich countries.
Sorry.
Is that what? Because you need to be specified. You said wow.
So
People used to
most
forget
most
in Nigeria when they say you are
yeah,
traveling abroad.
yeah.
Abroad is also Ghana.
So
We're not
most
criticizing
foreigners,
any
so
country.
most foreigners, and I think white Europeans,
You are
Chinese
just
people,
explaining
they look at all African countries as
as
one big
one.
country. You get, so it does not
They
make
should
sense for
better
me
stick
to.
to us that
Yeah,
we are saying
no,
there's nothing new. We are black. We are one family.
yeah,
There's
no,
nothing
but
like
actually, there's nothing bad there. There's nothing bad there, but I think you need to consider for something to be an investment, you have to consider the benefits. You get. There's no need. Someone can buy a car, and the car is an investment for that person, and another person buys that same car, and the car is a liability to that person. Let me
wow.
explain further. You can buy a car, and maybe you just use it for flex. You give random people to just drive and everything, and you are funding maintenance cost and all those stuff. Now that's becoming a liability because it is taken out of your um, original income to maintain that car. You are fueling and doing all those stuff. While someone else can get that same car and maybe use it for Uber, or put it out for um, a form of
Aya,
transportation
yeah,
business and stuff like
yeah.
that. And that same car will be able to generate income to maintain itself and even yield interest. So when you're looking at traveling out for your kids now as a form of investment, you're looking at this country I'm going to, how stable is the economy, how stable um, the security of the country. You're looking at all those factors.
Most of those countries, no, in quotes, those are dream. Security is still like let's say 80%. Like I don't want to just say perfect. That's not the issue. I notice what is in my own head.
What's in your head?
I feel that there's so much of even freedom that even can scare us
Hmm. Freedom in
because
what sense?
the children you can't beat them. Yes, now there will
Okay.
me story. I even not even story. It used to happen to my. It has happened to my cousin that in a situation she was trying to bully her mom. She wanted to beat her. They just deceive her to travel to Nigeria. They left her. They put her in a
Uh,
school and she could Nigeria now. You go and report to our police officer. They will even beat the child.
so, so
Yes, now.
this is open ended. Yeah, no one person has the perfect answer.
No, I'm
Yeah,
getting your point.
that's why I feel before you take this decision, you have to um, commit it to God in prayer, and also
And use wisdom.
God can guide you because every system has its own benefits. As we are complaining of Nigeria like this, there are some people that what they are earning here, they don't want to even go anywhere.
There's
Do
nothing
you
like
get?
Japa in their
And
village.
so every system has its benefits. It would have been really nice if we could get the best of both. And so, like you said, over there, there's a kind of freedom and all.
Because that scares me.
And you got here now.
You see interrupt. I like cough.
Sorry, cough wherever cough.
I
Oh.
used to I'm not Monja have been holding it. Can't I cough? Oh my god.
Okay,
You
sorry.
want
Before they will
to cut it? Like when
say
did you
COVID.
start now? Hey,
Uh-huh.
okay, oh. It's
You don't
sure.
cough finish. So, um, just start from me. So, like we said, they experience a whole lot of freedom in that, where disciplining your child might become a challenge. Well, there are some people that will argue that you don't need to beat your child. Well, me, I'm a product of
They will
beating,
be I
sha.
mean
I
I will
don't know.
not abuse the child though, but it's my child. I will
Again,
spank you a little. I will spank
I
you.
feel there are some things, there are some times where that is needed, I don't know.
I just, yeah, I just feel that let God just guide you. Each of your children are like you just have to handle them. I can practically tell you that my own elder sister can count. I don't think I've really seen them bitter. I'm serious. So I've not witnessed it. They may have done it too, but I've not witnessed it. But for me, hey, they'll tell me to kneel down. They'll tell me to raise up my hands. Do not. My mom will beat me. She has to beat me in love, correction. A
Yeah,
normal parent will not just beat a
so
child
just
without
like that.
doing anything. Not that my sister was not doing anything wrong, but they noticed that communication.
Works best for
Thank you. She's the type that she understand and just correct her ways. But for me, they notice that correct communication and the spanking has to
her. Has
go
to come
hand
together.
in hand for it to sink into me.
Yeah, so yeah, I look at the Bible as a guide, as a manual towards life. No, 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 no.
I want to tell you that there's another
No, no,
interpretation of
no.
that.
No.
Okay.
So I look at the Bible as a manual. Yeah. Jesus flogged some people in the temple when they were selling. Abi, why didn't
It's
he
true.
just go there and say, ah, no, now, um, you people are
Leave,
not supposed, you
leave,
people should leave
leave.
and this.
But
Yeah,
they'll
you
say
get
it's
what I'm
church.
just trying to say is that there are circumstances that might warrant you get. So a lot of people, the challenge I have with a lot of people is overcompensating, where your parents flogged you. Now you don't want to flog any child at all, no matter what the child does. Or maybe your parents didn't flog you, and now you are feeling like, maybe they would have raised you better. So now you flog excessively. Or there are some other people that will also, maybe they flogged them pretty bad, and now they want to transfer the pain. So they are not trying to correct, they are trying to transfer the pain. So you see,
We
it's
need healing
do you
first. As
get
we see, we've gone through trauma. Each everybody
I
have
think
their story.
growing up there was a pastor. I went to a church, teenage church. The pastor was explaining how that when he beats his son, he first explains to his son that this is stuff you did. This is your punishment. And when he's flogging, you can see that he makes it very obvious that he does not enjoy what he's doing. Okay, so your child can see that this thing that I'm doing to you, this correction, I don't enjoy it. I don't want to do it, but you are it's necessary for you to have a change of mind. And most of the time, when you've used words over time, child is not listening. You get like you've spoken to your child and your child is not listening, then you need to change tactics a bit. But so I don't think we should totally rule out.
That question just popped out. Is it the
Whether you're a
father
father or just
or the mother or the two? Because
uh
let me say my own personal this thing, my own personal view.
okay.
What do you think? You know, we are learning. What our parents were doing then, knowledge they have in their own, like you get
Yeah.
that that's the best. So we know we too we can correct, take some and leave some. In the situation of my own parents now, what do you think? Well, what's the mistake, or do you think
Was
it worked?
disciplining.
My mom, if you do something wrong, my daddy will be there. He will not say one thing like this. He will not stop. He will not even say, because his own is that your mother is not a mad woman to just carry cane and be beating you. You have done something wrong, so why will he stop you? In during the he can just talk later, say what you did. They can just say randomly, it's not good. You did it, but you know some parents will say, no, you are beating this child. You are wicked. I've seen it before.
Yeah.
That you is so much. The woman was telling the husband, she's a lady, she's this, she's that, she's that.
Mm.
Ugh.
So
But me at then I was looking at my dad, like, why is he not way? You should
why
talk
doesn't
now.
it talk?
Now he will just be that she will kill us, stuff like
Okay.
that.
So what I will say is, you see, this thing starts from when you're choosing a spouse. There's need for balance, and like a lot of the messages I've listened to concerning relationship, they always say things like opposites attract. So most of the time, if your dad beats, your mom will be calm, or if your dad is more of the maybe like aggressive one, your mom will be calm. If your mom is the aggressive one, your dad will be calm. Because if both of them are aggressive, they will kill you people. You get. So I feel a fine balance is there. I wouldn't say what your dad did was totally right or is wrong or this, but we should always consider that our actions speak louder than even the words. Um, if you are married to a spouse that is correcting the child, and you as the spouse are now like, do you want to kill them and da 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 da, you say all those stuff. What is registering most times, what will register in the child's mind is that you are
Wicked.
wicked.
Oh, maybe that's why he
That
doesn't
you
talk.
get,
So we know that they are in
do you
together.
get,
And she knows she
uh,
was a teacher now. So you feel that
so
she's even in the best
so
position
that's a
to
better
take care.
union. It's
Yeah.
covering up for her
They
in
talk
his
to us. So
silence.
funny thing, as they beat us, I can still go and meet her. Junks is still there, but
My
she will beat you.
I
That
think
offense, she will beat you.
for me, my dad was the one that disciplined. But I've never seen my mom say, you want to kill my child. In short, I can
And you say
remember.
that's why we grew up. Say
No,
something. I'm just saying no.
no, I don't think. Well, me, I genuinely don't think
That one.
beating will make
Mm.
your child grow up
They
well
beat
or
and
not.
they talk to us. So
So
see,
I think is beating at the right, like you
do you
beat.
know that she used to shock us? We will have done something. I don't know. Maybe she's also being led by the Holy Spirit. Serious or being sincere. As we're talking, and you will realize some things that we've done wrong. I didn't intentionally. Like that was not my intention. My aunt will say, your mom will beat you. Everybody will say, you know that
You're
she will
not
not
doing
beat.
anything. Yeah.
And like I'll be looking like this. She will not. Why that sin that you think that I was there? She will not really that you she will look or punish you. If every time beating,
So I think it's
punish you.
correcting your child when it is needed. You get. Now some of our parents might have overdone it. You get. But sometimes now when you grow up now, you can say, you overdid it here, but at the long run, still so will have sense more. You get. But some other people, they did not even have any stuff. There are some other people that their parents didn't necessarily beat them. Maybe they were very good like they behaved well all through their children, or they were listening.
There
You
are
get.
some children
And
like that.
there wasn't any need
And they
for that,
grew
and
up
they
well
turn
and
out well.
yes,
So
yes.
it's not a compulsory thing.
That's
It's
why.
about you. When you have headache, that's when you use
Do you
paracetamol.
know the funny? We didn't even see it. Come to think of it, I didn't even see it that my sister was the favorite.
Okay.
Some children will have said that she doesn't beat this one, that she the favorite, because I knew that I was doing something
Something
wrong.
wrong.
She was not doing
Yeah.
it, so they were not beating her. They were beating me.
Yeah,
I never
beating.
even thought. I even used to say that I was the favorite. Sef. With the way they used to beat me, and they would still buy me things. I just thought of it that that's true.
And
That
so it's just about that
what you
balance.
said, balancing and
It's about
knowing
that
what
balance.
works and how to treat them.
It's about that balance. You don't want your,
Oh, it's the whole thing,
yes now.
children. It's,
You don't want
it's
your
different.
child to
Eh,
see your partner as one is good, one is
mm,
bad, and all those stuff. You see,
ah,
for me, my my dad was the disciplinarian. I can remember a lot of times that that he will flog and also and punish and all those stuff. I can remember. Yes, I committed crimes. I co- I did
You just
wrong.
have
You
no
get,
senses.
yeah, I did wrong um, those times. Although I feel I receive words more than beating. Yeah, like if you speak to me, I
Listen to
receive
you.
it more. But I can remember series of times that he did that. But there's only one time I can remember my mom beating me. But you see that one time, I don't even know what I did. But man, it
You
was not
cannot
funny. Like
forget.
that one, it overshadows the multiple time my dad.
My dad, so I can remember once,
You
and
get
it's because
so,
I did not eat.
and that was because she was very. My mom was very laid back. She will use words most of the time. You get it. I'm very sure whatsoever I did that time, I'm very sure I deserved that beating.
Okay, for her to say she will beat you, that
I
left,
cannot even
that
remember.
took the battle from your dad and say, no, I will
Uh,
beat
my
you.
dad was not even around that time.
Ah,
Normally, she would say, "Wait for your
that
dad" and
no,
stuff
she
like that.
could not wait. She felt it
There,
that she has
there
to
was
beat
something
you.
I think it was a movie I watched where I think it was Everybody Hates Chris, one American movie like that, where um, the the guy was explaining how that when the boy offends, the mom will tell him, "Wait for your dad," and then when the dad comes back, she will now she will now tell the father to go and discipline the boy. You see that
That
arrangement, it brings a kind of enmity because the boy knows that this man was not around when I committed this thing. You get, you that are around, you are the one that should do the needful. Because when the boy comes, this man now does not know. You are just explaining. He does not have
you
any
can't feel
emotional.
it.
Do you get? It does
Yes,
not. So there's no
the
gauge
judgment is different.
exactly. So he can go overboard. He will go too low. You get. So that's that telling
You
wait
might
for your
just
dad
feel
and all
that
those stuff.
maybe couples should talk before giving birth, or maybe your child before going how to. I think it's necessary how to discipline, because what you said is true. Because I've experienced it in my family friend, when the father is discipline the child, the mother will be screaming that you're a guy, you should not be, she's a female, she's this. And it might not be what happened that led to it o. When few time when the man now traveled, now stop discipline the child because of consis ten t nagging from the wife, child got pregnant. And it might not be but I feel that we should be having guilt, that, or the man will say, imagine, because I did not discipline, I had to stop and lis ten to my wife for peace to reign.
Mm.
Now yes, it happen, later I was not thinking that you cannot say maybe at that time the child father might still be beating, the child will still be that, or do you think that
So
discipline will have helped?
so there's more. I'm very sure there's more to the story. You get, like, human life is too complicated,
Mm.
too complex
Yeah,
to
we
just have white and black as the
Mm.
answer. You get, it could be that the man unconsciously or subconsciously
Mm.
was sensing that tendency. No,
Mm.
maybe not necessarily pregnancy, but he could sense that
That she
this girl
might
needs
slip up
needs a
or
strong hand,
something.
and he was doing that. It's possible that he did not even know. There are a lot of things that you just do,
Mhm.
and you will not even know.
Yeah.
You get, but and it's also possible that um, maybe the punishment was too much, and now she went to confide in, because there have been um, um, situations or situations where your parents are too harsh and they push the child out with the harshness. I cannot tell my parents this. My parents are not my friend. Any small thing they beat me. And now you are out there, you meet someone that is loving, that is kind towards you. You develop a soft spot for that person pretty fast. And if the person is not genuine, you can take advantage of that child. So it can be that also. So that's why I said it's not black and white here. It's more complex than that.
I want to know your view.
Okay.
Because I've had this discussion with someone before. At least I not thought of it that way. So when you bring up when you like your children now, like what kind of movies do they do? And what at what age do you think they are free to pick their choice of movies. Because me, sorry to cut you short, sometimes we say something because of, oh, we're Christians. I'm talking about myself. Oh, I've met someone that were like friends that in case something might happen. To me, I was just like curious that when we give birth, like, what are we going to be intentional about what they watch and something? He was saying that what is it that they will not know? That they watch and everything that he feels that they should learn, they
Mm.
should know. The churchy in me was like, no, I feel that it should be Christian, this thing that we said. He just feel that no,
Church.
he is not saying that they'll watch maybe sex or everything. No. He was saying they can watch a normal
Movie.
movies, not in quotes. Me, I was like kind of a Mount Zion movie, a godly movie, nice cartoon and stuff like that. But him was the opinion that as long as it's not, let them watch the general.
Okay, so my take on this will be the Bible said, train up a child in the way you should grow, abi. When they grow, he will not depart from it. I What I want to do for myself is I'll go and I'll read books on human
Mhm,
psychology.
mhm.
You get? I think every parent should know little about human psychology. Yes, that's one.
That's
Number two is that you need to be able to read the signs. For instance, what do I mean by the signs? I mean, some movies are rated 18, some movies are rated PG. Those people that put that thing there, some of them are not even born again, oh, but they know that a child should not watch. And if you even check, some of those movies might not even have sexual content in quote or something. Maybe it's even substance abuse. You get? So it might just be substance. It might be language.
parental
You get?
guidelines.
And growing up, there's this saying that our parents used to say that when you give a child a finger, when it grows up, it will take the hand. You get? So what our parents did was they will say little is more. I am a designer. It's one of the big trends now. Nobody wants to put too many things on their designs. They just want to clean. You get? So you don't miss out on the important stuff. You get? So little is more. You need there's a stage in your child where you need to control what they want. Understand?
Yes, you've not seen. Okay, let me make it clear.
Mm.
What is your view? Like, okay, let's say, let
And
me give
wait,
you
now I'm
age.
still coming.
Okay, you know what I want to ask.
I'm still coming though.
Mhm,
You get? So
mhm,
um there there's a there there's a age range where there are some things you should hold from your children. You get? Now I don't agree with just giving your child every everything. I think you should study your children here. For me, growing up, we had a lot of then it was all those is it VHF, all those cassettes with the tape. So that was what was raining then. We had that a lot of gospel children plays and stuff. We had cartoons and all those stuff. We get um, but aside that, when I now have a choice, that's maybe like dish or stuff like that. I preferred to watch Discovery Channel. You get? That was my own preference. So anytime you see me with the remote, you watch me on Discovery Channel. You get?
your parents. Maybe what maybe I would say we are lucky that my elder brother loves cartoon.
I'm very
He
sure.
was in control of it. So that's what we practically used to watch.
I'm
We're not
very
exposed to
I'm very sure
mm,
my parents monitored what we were
it's
watching.
only when they are
For me, oh,
around.
me, I'm talking about for me.
If
And
if they were not around, we're just watching cartoon.
so this is
We change it.
so this is
If
why
they are
I'm
around,
saying
they are the ones in control.
This is why I'm saying you have to study. You have to study the season you are in. Right now, your children have access to phone, have access to the internet, have access to all those stuff. Then it was easier.
It was easier. Do you know that the funniest thing, where I first watched a corrupt movie, where for a child, where they were kissing, was not actually in my house. It was even strange. It was in a neighbor's house.
And so this that's why I said
It was
that's
even strange because you
so
will not even see the station to
that
put it.
that's why I said
Mm.
train up a child in the way that I should go. That's why I quoted that scripture. And why I quoted that scripture is that when you raise your child a certain way, when they stumble upon this new knowledge, they can tell that this thing does not align with my upbringing.
Are you sure? Some
Yeah.
children they'll not be curious. Ah, so they've been. Are you sure they'll not say they've
And
been missing out?
so
That let me even find them.
well,
There's this kind of movie like this.
so I think it now depends on the child's temperament. There are some children that can be curious. You get, you can do your best. So this thing is complicated. That's why I said when
No,
you do
just
when you do your part, you
see.
still commit your child
Do you know, as we were
into God's
just
hands.
discussing everything is just bonding, just coming to me that it's still going back that it's still
Yes, no.
it's still the Holy
You
Spirit
just
that
do your
can help
part.
you because your story is different from mine.
Yes,
Everybody like you can't see what God is saying when they say triangle. God, the husband,
see,
he knows what
there are
he's
some
saying. Oh.
people. There are some people that seemingly were raised wrongly, but somehow
Just
they
happened
turned
like
out right.
yes.
You get so.
But don't you
But
not see we should
what
not
I
now
say,
leave it
what
out
I
and
was
not put
discussing
in
with a
our
friend of mine recently, and um, we are talking about the influence of um, having a parent absent in a child's life. What impact would that have? Well, I'm coming.
cut it there. You guys want to be listening to it. You're enjoying our gist, right? No. This one, we're ending this vlog here. We don't want it to be long. So if you want to hear the full gist of what Favor just spoke about, to be anticipating for the part 2 of this. So
Bye.
bye. Make sure you subscribe, share and like. Please, guys, please now don't just open my channel and just open the video. Please comment now, suggest, say something. What do you want me to do? What do you want to so till we see you next time in another vlog. Bye.
Bye.